Hey guys, what is up? This is Cody, or xCodeh. How's it going today? Hopefully everybody watching this video is having yourself a snazzy day. Let me know in the comments down below where you're watching the video from, inside or outside of the United States. I always love to know. Today's video is a continuation, a sequel, some would say, to one of my most recent videos, Scariest Time Buying Sacred Skunk. I mentioned in that video that there's a second story about this experience that I have to tell you guys, and now's the time. This took place maybe a couple months after the first story, after the first time I ever went there. It was kind of exciting, it was kind of thrilling going there. Horrible area, just like, it was literally a drive-through drug park. Like, I don't know, it was just so thrilling to me as like a young teenager. I still cannot wrap my head around the concept of it. It's just a bunch of people chilling in a parking lot in vans. You could just roll up and buy whatever. It was just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. There were so many stories that I heard about this place. There's a time where one of the people who would like going there would go there pretty often, and he went there, bought some kush, and he was sitting in that parking lot, the second parking lot that I mentioned, and fucking like a bunch of like cops rolled up on him and searched the car, and he somehow, some way managed to hide, like I don't know how much he bought, but he managed to hide it somewhere in his car, and the cops couldn't find it. They were so pissed off that they were going through his car every which way, and he had like a full Dunkin' Donuts large coffee, hot coffee, and they just they literally took the lid off and poured it out all over the carpet of the car. They were so mad because they thought that he had hid the kush in the coffee. The story takes place a couple months after the first time that I went there, and this was a time where I didn't have any money. I was just kind of in the back seat, down for the ride, down for the thrill. And before I continue, I want to say thank you to today's video sponsor. Huge thank you to Ridge Wallet for sponsoring this video, a product that I personally really love. Ridge Wallet is a wallet replacement, so you don't have to have that bulky wallet in the back pocket making you sit sideways and ruin your posture. Made with super high quality metal, comes with a lifetime warranty with 50,000 5-star reviews to back that up. It comes in an assortment of different colors, has room for 12 credit cards, which is actually a decent amount. I mean, look at that. It fits all my cards in there. It even has a little cash strap on the back. I actually don't have any cash on me right now, but it even comes with a little cash strap on the back to keep your cash nice and safe. And something I really like about it is it has RFID protection in it, so any of those digital pickpocketers bumping into you, stealing all your credit card information, not today, bucko. They've got over 30 different styles and colors for you to choose from. Find one that you really like. Personally, my favorite one is this white Damascus steel. Very snazzy. Thank you for Ridge Wallet for sponsoring this video. You can go to ridge.com/xCodeh and get 10% off your order. So check the link in the description and in the pinned comment below for more information. Once again, that's ridge.com/xCodeh for 10% off your order. So like I said, I was in the back seat, down for the ride. There was a full car of people. Like I'm sitting bitch in the back, two people right next to me, and the person sitting to my right was like the person that would always get shit. He would always just like, he was like the punching bag of the group. Everybody would always be messing with him. Not me personally, but everybody else, like the older kids in the group, would always just be ragging on him, messing with him every way possible because he'd like react super funny. Like he'd get super mad and just fuel the fire to the max. And honestly, the person driving and the passenger didn't really like him that much, but he had like $50 and he wanted to go to this park and buy weed, and $50 would get you a shit ton, like fucking at least like a half ounce at the minimum. Like probably get you an ounce of this bud. You'd roll up and they just have garbage bags of it and they just take handfuls out and give it to you. So the driver was a-okay with having this dude in the back seat and dealing with him, and so we make the drive out all the way to this park. It's probably 6 or 7 at night, getting a little bit dark. We're going into the back entrance of the park, looking like the 1960s Scooby-Doo episode. It's truly not a good vibe. I can't describe it other than just, you wouldn't want to drive into this park. Like if you drove by it, you'd be like, oh, I wonder what goes on there. Like it's not inviting whatsoever. Moss all over the sign. You could barely even read the sign, let alone know that it's a freaking park. And the whole ride there, dude, the driver and the passenger are just fucking making fun of this kid, even though he's the one supplying the fun for the day. Like we all had nothing in the car except this dude with $50. We get to the park and we go past that one turn. Luckily, we didn't make the left turn. We had the experience from the first story, from the first time of going there. We're not making that left and getting stuck in the mud in the woods in the middle of the night. We take that right where all the crows just fucking went over our car and stuff in the first time. Thankfully, the curse seemed to be lifted and there was no crows this day. But it's a long stretch to get to the parking lot area where you'd buy the Kush. And we're going down this path and the dude just stops the car. And I'm sitting in the back seat like, dude, why are you stopping the car? Like, what's going on? And he's just like, I need to make a phone call, man. Does anybody have a phone I could use? And I'm sitting there like, I'm not letting you use my phone. Fuck that. Like, I didn't trust this guy that much that drove. And he had that smirk on his face. Like he was brewing an idea up or something. I knew this face. I didn't take shit from this guy. And so I knew exactly when he was fucking around. So he's looking at the passenger like, hey man, did you bring your phone? And he's like, nah, sorry, I forgot it. And he looks back and to the left passenger like, hey man, can I use your phone? And he's just like, no. And then he looks over to the person on my right that everybody always fucks with, and he's like, dude, I know you got your phone. You're on it right now. Let me use your phone. So he basically grabs his phone out of this dude's hand, starts dialing up a little bit, making a fake call. And he's sitting there going through his text messages and his recent calls like, oh, you're calling your mom, you're doing all this stuff. And then he just literally is like, oh, you know what? And he throws the phone out the passenger window. So now the phone's on the grass so now the phone's on the grass in the sacred land where all the crows are. The dude's like, what the fuck, man? I just got that phone. And he gets out of the car. And the moment he opens the door, I know what's up. I know what's about to happen. The driver just peels out with such force that the back door just slams shut. I'm sitting there like, oh shit. He just peels off all the way up to the park, like right before where the parking lot is. And I look back and the dude just like, what the fuck? And I'm just like, dude, go back. We cannot leave him here. What the fuck, bro? And he just starts driving around. The dude just like standing there, not knowing what to do because he's in the middle. He's in the middle of this. If he just keeps walking forward, he's going to end up where all the vans are, where all the sketchy ass people are. And if he goes back, he's got to go past the second parking lot with all of the garbage fires and people smoking all types of drugs. So he's literally just stuck there. It's probably 7 o'clock at night, getting dark. He's freaking the fuck out. He's spam calling all of us, dude. All of us. All of our phones are going off. And it's funny because the driver had his phone the entire time. And I'm sitting there trying not to laugh at the situation. I'm like, dude, come on, man. We can't just leave him there. Like, please, let's go back. And he's just like, I'm just going to drive around for a little bit. I cannot imagine this situation, bro. And here's where it gets even worse. We make an entire loop around the entire park. We pull up next to him, and he has the doors locked. He's like hitting the handle like, dude, come on, let me in, bro. He's terrified at this point, shivered in his boots 100%. And he rolls the passenger window down a little bit after letting them freak out for 10 seconds. And he's like, all right, let me make a call on your phone and then I'll let you back in the car. I just got to make one more call. He hands him the phone. I don't know how naive this kid was, bro. He handed him the phone through the passenger window like this thick. And then he just fucking peels off again. So now he's stuck in the park without a cell phone. 7 o'clock at night. I cannot imagine the situation, bro. I can't imagine a worse scenario. Okay, you're sitting there, 7 o'clock at night. Now he's without a phone, no way home. This was before Uber existed, so even if he had his phone, he wouldn't be able to get a ride home. His parents probably would freak the fuck out if he knew where he was. And I'm just in the back dying. I can't believe that he gave him the phone again. I can't believe he fell for it twice in a row. At this time, I'm like actually more serious about it. After I'm done laughing, I'm like, dude, let's go pick him up. Let's go pick him up. I'm starting to get scared for him, man. Bro, he was so mad when we finally drove back and he's like, all right, get in the car. He opens the door and he revs the engine, goes a little bit forward. Like fucking with him to the max in every capacity. On top of it, this was the first time that he'd ever been there too. Oh my gosh, what a first time experience of buying buying Kush in the scariest location possible. He was butthurt to the max. He's like, bro, I don't even want to buy weed anymore. And the driver looks back and he's like, oh, you're buying weed. We drove all the way here. You're buying weed. The driver gave zero fucks, man. He was all about fun. Didn't give a shit about anybody else. It was terrible. Bro, he even skimped the bag, man. He skimped the bag hard. He gave the passenger the $50. We went up, bought the weed. The guy was super nice this time, like $50. People usually show up there with $5 or $10 or something. He's like, $50? All right. Goes to the back of the van, reaches in, handfuls of kush. We get this bag back. It had to have been a full ounce. There was so much weed, like this much in the bag. It was really, really fluffy. So it's hard to really estimate how much it was, but still had that stretchy consistency. I've never had stuff like this before in my life, other than from this park, man. I heard rumors that they used to spray formaldehyde on it. I don't know what the hell was on that stuff. It barely got you baked. It kind of just like gave you like that 1/4 high, like that just straight midi, give you a headache kind of high. He gets this weed and just immediately puts his hand in, grabs like a quarter of the bag and puts it on his lap and then hands it back like, here you go, man. Like, dude, you just took like half of it. What the fuck? Gives him the classic, well, you're beat. Man, we rolled up blunts and the vibe got a little bit better from there, but the whole time, the whole ride home, he's sitting there just pouting, just terrible. This dude was pissed, man. And I don't blame him. Straight up, this was a nightmare. Absolute fever dream of a situation. I can't imagine anything worse than that. The car drives away with your phone in the drug park in the middle of all of it. Like 30-40 minutes away from where we live, too. The moral of the story is, don't give shitty people your phone. As shitty as it was, man, that was one of the funniest times I had ever experienced. Like, I cannot believe that he handed the phone through the window. Like, they wouldn't unlock the door. So he's like, just let me make one more call, man. I'll never forget that. I'm so sleep deprived right now. I've been up all night. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like on it if you did. I want to say thank you for the support on my previous video where I went on a little nature hike. I know you guys seem to like the nature videos. I got to get out there and do some more. Let me know in the comments down below what's your funniest experience ever buying that good kush, that sacred skunk. I had a ton of fun reading the comments over about the scariest time buying weed video that I did. I'm looking forward to replying to a bunch of your comments on this video too. And once again, thank you for Ridge Wallet for sponsoring this video. Check the link in the description in the pinned comment for more information. Thank you for spending the time out of your day to watch my video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Stay high, stay lifted, and stay snazzy.